Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel where I talk about all things planning, journaling and stationaries. Knowing that we are in the midst of Hobonichi season, I know I do want to talk about Hobonichi, but as I've been repeating myself to remind myself that this year I'm not going to make a mistake of buying way too many things that I actually make a change even before I start using it. So just to distract myself, I want to touch on Traveler's Notebook in this week's video. So Traveler's Notebook is not my main planner. My main planner is the Filofax Brain Binder. And this year, my main memory keeping is actually Hobonichi side, which is now being a bit unstable as I've been sharing in my past videos. But these traveler's notebooks are more for my hobby whenever I feel like it's style. So unless I kind of focus, they don't come under the camera so often. So I just want to do a flip through of some pages and how I've been enjoying during this summer. So this one is my main traveler's notebook. I have been using it for more than a year on quite a regular basis. I really like how this is aging with me. Originally, I was so scared to touch this because I wasn't sure how I can peacefully use without damaging. But as you can see, after a year of quite a often use, I can see some scratches are happening, but I guess that's part of the aging process. So yeah, this is what I have. Oh, this one is the brass tag that I also purchased in Japan. This is a Mount Fuji version that I really like, and as you can see, the color has significantly changed after 1 year, so I am very happy to see how it's evolving, growing with me. I haven't done anything to the leather cover. I know some people put some like cream or oil thing, but so far I don't see any challenge, so I don't want to damage it by mistake. So yeah, one of the reasons why I wanted to do a flip through is that I've been kind of keeping up with this one. So I have purchased this weekly vertical dated version in, I think it was in May. And because I dropped my Hobonichi cousin that has vertical weekly layout, I really wanted some sort of vertical, so this came in as a substitute, and this is super easy to keep up. And this booklet is from July onwards, so I have been using this since July. And what I do is this year I'm not doing the time logging in terms of like logging how many hours I have worked or what I did during this specific hours, but I just put 2 or 3 items from the day. And realistically speaking, I don't open this every day, so I only open like once a week. I want to do like twice a week, but realistically speaking, so far it's like once a week or even like 10 days goes without touching, and then I do the whole spread. So by the time I update, I don't really remember what time I was doing what, but I do remember at least 1 or 2 highlights from the days. So like this day I put 3 things, this is 2 things, and I am trying to read a little bit more this year. So every time I read a book, I put it here, which is also a nice reminder that when I'm flipping through, I can see like this time I've been quite stable. I have read 3 books consecutively, skipped 1 week, but I still came back to it. Actually, I need to update. I read another 2 more books in August, so that's I need to do. But otherwise, this is super easy to keep up with, and I don't know, for me, this vertical layout clicks with my brain. And I do feel like this is used more for like planning and time logging and mapping your days with meetings and pickup schedules. But for me, I'm very happy to use this in memory keeping aspect. So this is how it looks like. I actually need to update this. Now we are in September, so I'm ready to update a few spreads, but this is how it looks like. I'm not trying to make it too fancy, just sustainability is what I really want as of now that I am in a notebook journaling chaos. I want to keep it as simple as possible. Do I want this in 2026? I have not made a decision. But I do like the vertical layout, so now I have this in mind. I mean, this one is like part of what I already used, so I don't feel like I'm adding something new. But I don't know, now that I've been using it for quite a few months, it's okay. So maybe I shouldn't try to fix it if it's not broken. But I'm kind of eyeing on a few different options. One is Jibun Techo, that I've been using it for quite a few years in the past, and it has a bit more structure, and it doesn't fit here, so it will be like one separate item, which I'm not sure if I want to increase the lineup, but that's something that I've been thinking. And I'm also thinking about Muji's vertical layout. The big pros about Muji is very simple, but it's in an A5, so it's slightly bigger than this. This one is A5 slim, so it's got a bit more space. So like day by day wise, it's got a bit more space. And I don't know, like I started checking them on Instagrams, and I like the simplicity. As of now, I feel like Muji is slightly better than Jibun Techo. It's much cheaper, like third of the price compared to Jibun Techo. And Jibun Techo has a lot of structure, so there's like place to put what you have ate, and it's like great for someone who's starting their time logging or life logging. So there's less flexibility, meaning you know what goes where. On the other hand, the one for Muji is very simple. So it does have flexibility. I can use it either in this kind of easy format, or I can even use it with a time specific. So I am still thinking, and now that I see some more vertical options out there, I'm kind of eyeing on it. I'm kind of enjoying it. Having done this year, well, I got it in May, so not a whole year, but sticking with it for the time being at the moment, I really like memory keeping in this style rather than like 1 page a day, which I tried to size, but it wasn't really easy for me. So any sort of vertical layout is going to come onto my 2026 lineup, but I haven't really decided whether I will keep this one or just to have more options. Like now I'm slowly getting a bit bored with this one, to be honest, so I might switch to something different, but I'm not making the decision at the moment. My boarding pass, actually I saw the one that they came up with this year for 2026. I quite like it, very simple, and I don't know, this is quite old, so I'm thinking maybe I could possibly get one just for fun, but I don't really need 2 pencil boards, so I don't know, I might if I find it at some point, but still thinking about it. And the second book I have in here is my Love and Trip cute red limited edition notebook. This one is supposed to be my just random journaling. Sometimes I use it for my morning pages, sometimes it's just my brain dumping. I started using from 2nd July, so it's been 2 months. And this one is taking a bit longer. So this one I only write in English just to differentiate from other notebook that I'm using. And as of now, as I've been sharing, I've been quite all over the place when it comes to journaling. So this is a strong competitor at the moment. I am journaling in my file of facts. This is in Japanese, this is in English, so there's a bit of difference between the two. But what I write is almost normally the same. So it's just sometimes Techo Kaigi happening recently a lot and a little bit of deco. So yeah, it's kind of the same vibe, and for now I am a bit more focused on this side. One is that I really like it. Two is that I kind of want to use up the pages that I already have. So yes, I am focusing a bit more on this, but sometimes when I am actually updating my other journals, I do decide to do some writing just for fun. So this is like low key at the moment, but the great things about just a simple notebook is I can use it in very quick pace, or it can take long, and that's also fine. So I'm really enjoying this flexibility at the moment, and I think by next year I will decide what is going to be my main journaling system. So I will see if I like Traveler's Notebook or if I should just keep it for some real travel occasion. That's I have no idea, but so far I'm taking it slow. I hope I do finish this within this year somehow, but no pressure at all, and I just continue enjoying it. So these are the main two books that are active. Just want to touch a little bit on this pending one. This is my very old brown cover that I do like it, but I don't know, compared to this one, I don't really get super excited, so I'm not sure. But so this one is like my sub notebook, so this is more active, which I touch, let's say, at least once a week or once 10 days. This one is more less touched, to be honest, but it has two notebooks at the moment. One is my reading book, so every time I finish reading, I open this notebook. I have done a simple video earlier this year, so I can link it down below. But every time I finish reading, as I am reading, I put the post-it on some interesting quotes, and then I would just simply copy-paste date, title, author, copy-paste. Simple. I do love seeing more elaborate reading log with picture of the front page, more summaries, and more decorative something. But for me, I have been doing this more than 10 years, and this is the most sustainable way to capture what I read without putting too much brain. So yeah, I've been doing this for a long time, and this notebook I started using it from last year. So starting from 2024 January, I haven't read that much last year. This year I'm doing slightly better. I still have many pages to go. So yeah, only if I finish this book, I go to the next book. But if I end up using it for 3 years, that's also fine. It's just my notes of what I read. And sometimes I do take a lot of notes. Some books are not so interesting, so like this one was quite a boring book, so I don't have anything. Unless something is also not so good, I don't think, I just keep it blank here for the time being. I will see how it goes, but like 1 page per book is how I've been using it so far. Lastly, this is my commonplace book. This early summer, I actually did a video specific about my commonplace book and shared how I really want to bring this back into my life again. And at that point, I was quite excited, but again, the work got busy, so I'm not playing so much with this one. But again, this one, I don't have any pressure. Like this is like whenever I feel like basis. I do want to pick up a bit more often, so it gets used a bit more often, but that's also not a pressure. So as you can see, these two notebooks are whenever I finish my book and whenever I read some articles online or do some research. So it can get just staying on the shelf for a month without being touched. But this is just my hobby book, so I'm not putting any stress about. I do want to focus a bit more on reading, but otherwise it's not a big deal. So yeah, this is my traveler's notebook so far. Given the notebook chaos situation, how much I touch this has slightly lessened because of strong file facts coming in. But still, this is one of my favorite notebooks. I really like how long I can use. I mean, like, this one's more than 10-year-old book, so yeah, like, it is a good investment. I like how it ages with me, and I also like the flexibility. So, you know, whether I decide or not to get anything dated for 2026, I'm not sure, but as long as I have a cover, then picking up a notebook is not a big issue. I mean, it is quite a cheap notebook compared to other planners. So I will see what I want to do about this system next year. It's still part of my thought process, but in some way or another, at least my book log remains forever. So Traveler's Notebook is in my lineup. So I will see if I want to continue doing the vertical or journaling here. We will see. I also like that flexibility of Traveler's Notebook. It's not like I dropped it and then I have to toss the whole book or anything. So this has been nice for someone like me who wants to switch up things time to time. So yeah, that's about it for now, and see you in the next video.